So family ruled the country more than 7 decades, and Kim believes it's his turn and then it's his power, so he doesn't want to lose, and then he want to inherit his power to his kids. So, but the U.S. is the main obstacle for the Kim family, and then even like not current leader, the previous leaders, Kim Jong Il and Kim Il Sung, they are all like afraid of being killed by the U.S.
Hmm.
So
Like
our
assassinated?
assassinated or the regime change,
Hmm.
and like even like when we were in North Korea, we keep educate that U.S. using CIA killed the foreign leaders and like overthrow the regime, and so mainly U.S. killing our leaders because they want to rule the country. They want to take our land, the territory from us, and if we lose the territory, our leader, and we will lose our freedom and human rights. But in I live in US now, and then the real people who take our freedom and then live, the conducted human rights violations are the Kim family members now. So I now currently argue that we need to liberate people from the Kim family regime.
Do you see a possibility ever that the Kim family would ever agree to denuclearization, where they would feel as a regime safe enough that they would get rid of their nuclear weapons, or will it just continue to be an arms race? Just no chance? 0%?
Yeah, 0% of chance. I
Yeah.
even like lower than zero. They won't give up nuclear weapons unless they die.
You mentioned the thoughts you have now and the feelings you have now, especially when it comes to human rights, and you would you have arrived at the place where you feel like the move is probably to free the North Korean people from the Kim regime. What if you could send a message to somebody in North Korea, a family member, whatever it may be, a message that to those who are still living inside of that regime, what would you want them to know about the outside world? It's probably a variety of things, but is there
Mhm.
any one place that you would start when it comes to re-education about the outside world?
So most North Koreans are heavily educated by North Korean propaganda, and then I would say they are all brainwashed by the North Korean regime. So when I say or other escape talk to the people inside, and then they think it's propaganda. It's
Yeah.
designed by CIA or the Korean National Intelligence Service. But what they do believe is the life, how the escapee's life transition from the North Korean style to American or the South Korea. So how they made money and how they, accumulate the asset. So they tend to believe the life of the escapees, not the the speech or the action. So I want to share with North Korean people inside that you know they might don't believe, but they will have they have different choices, and if they opt to different choices, and it will be better, way better than the life in North Korea.
Well, and so that brings me to the final question today. Be respectful of your time. Again, you mentioned freeing the North Korean people from the Kim regime, but again, they're tightly controlled with information. It's restricted. So, what can people in a global community? Is there anything that people listening to this who may see this, obviously outside of North Korea, given that that country is so restrictive and in their information and has such a tight control and grip, what can an ordinary person do to help a North Korean citizen as opposed to doing the wrong thing and actually strengthening the regime by accident? Like, what can actually be done by people outside of that country
Mm.
to help those people that are in the country?
I believe information is the key to change the society, and the change of the people's mindset. So like our podcasts and our the news or the educational information must be into North Korea. So
Mhm.
we won't say this is like information influence campaign, but I really genuinely want to share all the information. Like I believe unfiltered information or filtered information, every information to share with North Korean people so that uh, they can learn and they can judge and they can opt the choices for them. So what ordinary people can do now is the the certain things like if you are lawyers, if you are the doctors, you can help escapees or you can help other people with the knowledge and that uh, give certain information about the law, like what lawyers do in United States, and then why law matters. In North Korea, we don't rely on laws. We don't have many people don't understand what law actually means, and we don't
Mhm.
have a profession, the lawyer. So like that. And doctors, why? What's difference between the U.S. doctors and then Korean doctors? So they can give their experience, include to put the experience in the USBs or cities, so that you know they send to North Korea so that people can watch and then learn. Um, and also, I know people have a voting power in the U.S., so you can urge to the politicians that supporting North Korea's Information Access Act, such like that, and the normal person, the grassroots community. I would say it's very limited. I want to urge the U.S. government act more, like send millions of USBs to North Korea, and hopefully U.S. government can the conduct a covert action.
A USB covert action. I like this. I like the name of that. I
Yeah,
like
I
the
mean,
idea of
whether
that.
it's USB covert action or certain CIA covert action. So
Yeah. No, it sounds like good information or accurate information may be the only tool to use against the propaganda that they're bombarded with.
yep,
Well,
yep, I totally agree with you. And like our podcast, your podcast should be
yeah.